everyone, it's Julie's Kitchen and I'm baking again. Today we are making fluffy crescent rolls. The dough is lighter than air. You can choose the filling to your taste and I will show you a new way of forming a crescent so that it looks good and the filling does not leak. Let's get going. For the dough you'll need half a liter of sour milk, buttermilk or plain yogurt, 50 grams of active fresh yeast or 15 grams of dry yeast, 2 eggs, half a teaspoon of salt, 160 grams of sugar, vanilla extract, 100 grams of butter, and about 1 kilo of all-purpose flour. Sour milk has to be heated to 36 degrees Celsius. I do this in the microwave, giving it a good stir from time to time. You can do the same on the stove, stirring constantly with a whisk. The temperature should be warm but not too hot for your finger. Then I crumble up the yeast, add 2 tablespoons of sugar and 150 grams of flour. Mix it well, cover it with a lid or a towel and set it aside to rise for about 20 minutes. This is a starter and mind that it rises very quickly. In the meantime, let's prepare remaining ingredients. Add salt, sugar, and vanilla to the eggs and whisk until combined. Then melt the butter in the microwave. 15 minutes later, pour the starter into a large bowl and egg mixture and melted butter to it. Stir lightly and start sifting the flour. For a better result, I mix part of the flour in with a spatula and then pass it onto my mixer. Whenever I make this kind of dough, I start with smaller amount of flour than indicated in the recipe, and then add some more in while kneading. What you need to do is focus on the texture of the dough, rather than amount of flour. It should collect in a bowl, be smooth and soft, and not stick to your fingers. This time, it took me 150 grams of flour more, and here's why. First of all, the eggs, which were a bit larger than average, and secondly, the quality of the flour itself, which was obviously a little lower than expected. That's why, remember that the amount of flour specified in the recipe is never a constant. My dough is almost ready. I'll just powder the counter with a little bit more flour and knead it for another minute or two by hand. Look how smooth and nice it is. Collect it in a bowl and put it in a clean bowl, cover with a towel and leave it in a warm place for about 40 to 50 minutes to rise. I usually preheat the oven to 40 degrees, turn it off and let the dough rise inside. Now, let's think about the filling. I still have a lot of cherries in my freezer, so that's what I'll use. All you have to do is defrost them and transfer them to a sieve. When all the juice is drained, add a few tablespoons of cornstarch and powdered sugar to taste. Stir with a spoon and you're done. You can also use thick jam, apricot, peach, apple or blackcurrant, everything that is available at the moment. If your jam is not thick enough, it's better not to use it as filling because it will leak out of the crescent rolls. Stir with a spoon and you're done. Well, it's been about 40 minutes and take a look at the dough and its porous texture. It has tripled in size. Spread some vegetable oil on the counter, transfer the dough and split it in half. Put one half away and start making crescents from the other one. For starters, we'll need balls about 80 grams of weight each. So split the dough into even parts and weigh them on the scales. Put the dough balls on the counter, cover them with a towel and let them set and rise for another 15 minutes. Then powder the surface with flour. Take one ball, roll it into an oval, put the filling on one edge, wrap it in the dough, and firmly press the edges to secure the filling inside. Take a sharp knife and make incisions along the free edge. Now, Cover the filled part with the strips, roll it up and form a crescent. Here it is. In fact, it's simple even for beginners. Even if the first ones do not turn out perfect, the rest will, trust me. Crescents can be rolled on the table or on a baking sheet. Let them rest and rise for about 20 minutes and prepare some egg wash in the meantime. Combine 1 egg and 20 ml of milk in a bowl. Wash each of your crescents with this mixture and they are ready to go into the oven, which has to be preheated to 175 Celsius. Bake the crescent rolls for about 20 minutes or until done. And look how well they've turned out. Golden brown on the outside and soft and fluffy on the inside. I made about 40 crescent rolls out of this dough, so snacking was no problem for about a week in our home. Try this recipe and you will like it, I'm sure. See you later. Ta-da!